Hi viewers, I am happy. I hope you are also happy. I am Sahiti Srinivas. You are watching our channel SIES, Sahiti's Institute of English and Soft Skills. As I said in the earlier videos, the basic elements of a sentence are subject, verb and object. Among these three, verb is the most important element. Why? Because we can have a sentence without a subject, without an object, without both. But without a verb, we cannot have a sentence. That is why verb is the most important element in the formation of a sentence in English. That is the reason why we have to learn verbs separately. The subject that tells about the verb is called tenses. Tenses means the usage of verbs. Without verb, there is no subject like tenses. Without the subject like tenses, there is no verb possible to use. That is why verb and tense both are interdependent. They cannot be learned separately. We have to learn them together. I have explained you the basic information of verb in the previous videos. If you didn't watch, you please watch them. Then you are able to understand this video perfectly. Now, let us learn tenses in this video. Let's begin our lesson. Tense. What do you mean by tense? People feel that tense is nothing but time. Why they feel so? In Telugu, Vartamana Kalamu, present tense, Bhuta Kalamu, past tense, Bhavishyat Kalamu, future tense. సరిగ్గా కాలము అనే ప్లేస్లో టెన్స్ అనేది వస్తుంది. ఈ కారణంగానే టెన్స్ అనగానే కాలము అని చెప్పుకుంటారు. Of course, it is related to time, but it is not equal to time. Suppose, if you want to ask someone, what is the time or time please, can we say, what is the tense? Tense please? No, not at all. Tense is related to time, but tense is not equal to time. Here, grammatically, tense means the time of action. Not only the time of action, it also says the degree of completion of an action. Degree of completion means the method of happening of the action, the way the action occurs, is also possible to say by the tense. That is why tense is of great importance in the formation of sentences. So mainly these tenses are three: present tense, past tense, future tense. For the convenience sake and for the perfect usage, the linguists and grammarians divided these three main tenses into four subdivisions, namely simple, continuous, perfect, perfect continuous. So three main tenses, four subdivisions, 3 4s are 12. So we have 12 tenses in all. Every main tense has 4 sub-tenses. That is what we are going to learn in this video. So these tenses formula is otherwise known as tenses structures, are possible to use verb forms V1, V2, V3. These verb forms are known as conjugation of verbs. Now, the first type, simple. If we take simple tense, it is available in simple present tense, simple past tense, simple future tense. So simple present tense is otherwise known as present tense, simple past tense is otherwise known as past tense, Simple future tense is otherwise known as future tense. So simple present tense means the first form of the verb is used V1. Simple past tense means the second form of the verb is used V2. Simple future tense means shall or will plus V1. In every future tense, we have to use shall or will. Now the second category of tense is continuous. When you think of continuous, you have to use the verb form V1 plus ing. Without V1 plus ing, no continuous tense is possible. So V1 plus ing as a verb, it is called present participle. Present participle means it is a non-finite verb. Non-finite verb means the verb that doesn't give the complete meaning of a sentence, the verb that doesn't show the time of an action. That is why it takes the help of something to complete the meaning of a sentence. For V1 plus ing, be forms help them. So to form continuous tenses, first we have to use be form, then V1 plus ing. That is why present continuous tense first be form, am or is or are plus V1 plus ing. Past continuous tense was or were plus V1 plus ing. Future continuous tense shall or will plus be plus V1 plus ing. Now perfect tense. Perfect means V3. No V3, no perfect tense. Without V3, no perfect tense is possible. V3 as a verb is called past participle. It is also non-finite verb. It also takes the help of something. Have forms help it. That is why the formula of perfect tense says first we have to have form, then V3. Then present perfect has or have plus V3. Past perfect had plus V3. Future perfect shall or will plus have plus V3. Now perfect continuous tenses. For perfect tense, V3 preceded by have form. For continuous tense, V1 plus ing preceded by be form. So in all, we have to have the formula having the four words actually. First have form, next V3, next be form, next V1 plus ing. Instead of these four, we can have three words. Why? Because for V3 and for be form, the single word is given, that is ultimately been. So to form perfect continuous tense verbs, first have form, then been, then V1 plus ing. Three words form the formula of perfect continuous tenses. Present perfect continuous tense has or have plus been plus V1 plus ing. Past perfect continuous tense had plus been plus V1 plus ing. Future perfect continuous tense shall or will plus have plus been plus V1 plus ing. This way we have to prepare tenses formula to get good command over tenses. Let us learn some more points in the next video.